Hello artists! So today I'm going to be going over how to make this creepy bloodshot eye. Now I'm not going to do a very good job because it does take a little bit of time and effort, which I know you will put in if you want to do this, because if it's worth doing right. So to get started on this project, it's an oil pastel project for the most part. You could just use a small circle that you cut out. These paper plates are nice because you really need everything to be perfect circles. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this. You also are going to need oil pastels, and I know that the oil pastels in the art room probably don't look as tidy as this, but you need to either pick three of the same color going dark to light. For example, I could do dark green, medium green, and light green. So three of the same color, dark to light, or you could replace any of the things and add a brown instead. So for instance, I'm going to take out the dark green and have mine go like this instead. Okay, so starting with the darkest color, in my case it's going to be the brown. On the edge of the paper plate, I'm going to go coloring. It's easiest to color this way, but that's not the way to do it. It will not look right. I'm going to color about a third of the way up all around my plate. And again, I'm not going to even do all of my plate. I'm only going to do a section of it. You have to go towards the pupil because actually your iris, that's the colored part of your eye, it's a cone. And so it can get bigger or smaller to let in light. So it always has lines that are going towards the pupil. That is how it works. All right, anyway, back to this. You'll need a scrap paper. This is the back side of a different artwork. All right, doesn't look great so far, friends. Next, I'm gonna use my medium color and color in the middle of where the ripples are. And then I'm going to color all the way up to that circle that's on the paper plate with the lightest color. Again, I know it doesn't look great yet. Okay, set those aside. And then I'm going to jump to the pupil. Before I start just coloring in black, I need to mark out where the reflections will be, so I don't color those in. They could look different than that. And then I'll make my circle. It's going to be weird coloring on the bottom of a paper plate because it'll want to dent in, which is okay. Again, mine probably won't be as black as I want it to be because you want this to be very black. Be very careful around your reflection, your shiny part. All right. I might let you do a more advanced move to get these to blend in together. You could just keep coloring. You could rub with your fingers, or some of you done this before, and again, it depends on how well you are doing in your class if I let you do this. But I know you can't even see if anything's in this dish, but I have a Q-tip, and inside here I have baby oil, which can be very messy, does smell really good. And with the baby oil, I can leave one side for the colored part, one side for the black. I'm going to do the black because you'll be able to see it the best. Do you see how it's rubbing everything together? Again, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Okay, I'm not going to finish all of that, but again, for the colored part, it's the same type of thing. Got to make sure there's a good amount of color to begin with. You don't need lots and lots of oil. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, anyway, I'm not done because you're still going to need to add black to the very edge of your iris. And this one though, you can go, to begin with anyway, just go around this way, and then you could just do wiggle. Make sure you use the dark part of this. You can even flick it up a little bit. I'm going to bring that closer to the camera. Just flick, 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 flick. You can have some of them go really far. All the way around, all right? You can see where I haven't blended with anything versus where I have. Looks a lot better. Should. Okay, so let's pretend I'm done with that. Now it's time for the bloodshot part. So I'm going to set this aside. Keep your area clean. That is a very good artist trick and easy to do. Okay. You're going to need a white piece of paper. If you'd like to, you can ask me for a thicker piece. You're going to use a, what is this, ice cream bucket. Place it, make sure it fits completely, and then use a pencil. I don't have a pencil, so I'm going to use a pen, and trace it. Because again, it needs to be a perfect circle. It's kind of tricky around the handles, so just kind of do your best. Okay. Eventually, you're going to cut that out. You can cut it out now. Again, go very slowly. You want a perfect circle. Before I glue this, I'm just going to set it down. And I'm going to do my bloodshot part. To do this, the best material is this thin red Sharpie, which I can get for you. And then to make the bloodshot part, I like to make some coming from the iris, a little bit of wave. Often I make it kind of like a weird capital V, or even another. You can add even more sticks. And other times I have it go start at the outside the eyeball. And you're going to spread them out, and again, they kind of look like weird trees. The last thing you want to do after you, of course, you cut this out, is to glue it. Actually, I'm going to glue this one because I haven't glued this one yet. To glue it, I'm going to put glue around the edges of here, and you're going to need the liquid glue. Remember not to make a huge mess. Just a little line will do it. And it's not going to stick till it's dry. Hold it down, and voila, you've just made a really fun artwork that can also be used as a creepy decoration. All right, everybody, happy arting today.